everyone, and welcome to a interesting edition of El Supercast. With me today is Jackey. You may know her as Debbie from the legendary bad movie Manos, Hands of Fate.
Thank you.
Oh yes, it's words cannot describe what Manos has done to so many people.
Oh, that's true.
So I've got a couple questions for you.
Okay.
I've seen that you are now a part of the planned sequel of Manos, Hands of Fate.
Yes. Apparently the story needs to be completed because anyone who's watched Manos can see that at the end it's left with a question mark.
So are you reprising your role, as strange as that sounds?
Yeah, Debbie all grown up and going back for redemption.
Now, I'm looking at the website here, and it says that your father is going to reprise the role as the master.
Yeah, he's going to reprise part of it. He will appear on screen and have lines. Yeah, he thinks this is all pretty amusing.
That's fantastic. So, right off the bat, I have to ask you: did you think that a movie this bad would still be around in this day and age?
No, It, once it showed at the Capri Theater in El Paso, then it disappeared, and I looked for it for years until one day it just showed up on Mystery Science Theater. I just wanted a copy for, my own family nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty shocking when they picked it up and started realizing how popular it had become.
Oh, yes.
Nobody imagined it.
Oh, I could imagine. Basically, I think, well, as for my own experience, I kind of fell in love with the character Torgo. That's what kind of set me on this movie. I'm like, all right, this is pretty neat.
Yeah, he makes it, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he definitely does. I wish he was still around because I think he would have got a kick out of all the different things that Manos has become after it. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have. Yeah. I know my dad can hardly believe it. He just can't believe it.
So let me ask you this: while you were growing up, did anyone ever come up to you and say, "Hey, aren't you from that movie? You look kind of familiar"?
No, and it doesn't come up all that much in conversation, but I have run into several people over the years and look at me kind of funny and go, "You were Debbie." It definitely has its own little following.
All right, so one thing that I want to do here is I want to set aside the rumors from the actual facts. Now, one of the things that I've been hearing is that when you first saw the movie, you cried because the girl's voice was not your own. Is that true or not?
Yeah, oh yeah. They didn't tell me that they were dubbing all the voices. So, through the whole filming, Hal kept saying, "Oh no, it's fine, we'll fix it in editing." And even as, I was only 6 years old, I turned 7 that summer, and I knew that these things couldn't be fixed, so anyway, I was pretty shocked. I sat there and I just started crying, and I was humiliated.
Yeah, That has to be some pretty powerful stuff for someone so young to deal with. You know, the excitement of being in the movie, and then wait a minute, that's not my voice. That's not right.
Oh yeah, and then the whole audience started laughing, and
So,
it wasn't what anybody was expecting, I guess.
Now, do you think that with the way that everything was revoiced, that maybe had something to do with the amazingly bad movie that this thing turned out to be?
Oh, it's a unique combination of things. It was just, everything about it was just wrong, you know? I mean, the budget was so small, and everybody on the cast was, they all had their day jobs, so it was filmed at night and on weekends, and so, you know, nighttime scenes were filmed during the day and day at night, and, you know, props disappeared and appeared, and it was just kind of ridiculous. But, you know, you gotta give the, I mean, I think one of the things that makes it so popular is the fact that people just carried on, and they made it happen anyway.
Yes, yeah, it's what brings me to my next question. Did John Reynolds, was that his voice, or was that somebody else who was like, well, I take care of the place when the master is away?
I believe that was John's voice.
Wow, he actually did that. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
I believe so.
That's one thing.
You know, I can find out, but I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I know that my dad and Hal, it's only like four or five people that did the voices for the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, what was the direction where Hal was like, well, you know, you gotta talk like the way you move, and move like the way you talk, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I don't really know how all that came about.
So, can you tell some of the listening audience, what was it like to hang out with John Reynolds?
Oh, he was fun, because I was the only kid on the set, and so, you know, it made me feel pretty special to be hanging out with all these adults working on a movie, you know. But I didn't have a lot to do during the day, so he was just a funny guy. He used to do, like, magic tricks and just be silly. He was like a clown, you know. Yeah, he was a nice guy.
So, one last question. How many years later did it take you to find out that Manos was this cult classic, and that hundreds of thousands of people knew how horrible this thing really was?
Well, it was, I can't remember exactly, it was like the late 80s that it came out on Mystery Science Theater for the first time. And I heard about it because my dad saw it on TV. He couldn't believe it. So I tracked it down and got a copy. And I just kept hearing about it over the years. Every now and then somebody would contact me and ask questions, you know. So, but yeah, it's pretty amazing where it is now. I'm just kind of following along, getting a kick out of it, you know. It'll be fun to do this movie just for fun, you know. See how it goes.
Yeah, I hear you. I recently found out about the B-movie cast that you were recently in.
Yes, uh-huh.
And I like that part where you were talking about, well, you know, sometimes I go in there and I tell them how it is, because I was there. They don't know what they're talking about. You know, set the record straight. I like that. That's very cool.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of rumor, you know. There's just a lot of stuff out there. And for the most part, it just cracks me up. I mean, the mystery can remain, but if anybody bothers to ask me, I'll tell it like I remember.
All right, so before we go, is there any websites that you would like to talk about right now?
Well, yeah, two. The movie that's coming up, that's TorgoLives.com, so everybody can see what the sequel's about and kind of keep up on where it's going and who's going to be in it. And also my website for my work, because I'm an artist, is Faux the Earth. It's FAUX theearth.com.
Well, all right. Thank you for your time, and I hope that when the sequel comes around, that you guys have a very fun time, because movies like that should be something that's fun, especially when it's based on Manos.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody that's involved in this is doing it just for fun, you know, because they have a passion for it, and so that's what's going to make this worthwhile.
All right. This is it for this week's edition of El Supercast. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.